let's ask our guest.
Aviation attorney John Gagliano. And you're here to help us. You have some insight. How long have you been working with the airline industry?
Well, I've been flying for about 20 years.
Okay.
I was a Navy pilot, and now I'm still a civilian pilot and an attorney.
Okay. So, well, the first question is, something I've heard on the street for the last 24 hours, is, well, do you think this has been going on long and it's just being recorded because of cell phones? What say you?
I think it's gotten worse. I think cell phones have made it seem a lot worse.
Because it's captured now.
It's captured. Everyone can see it. It's on Facebook. It's on YouTube. It's
but
everywhere.
I agree with you. I've flown my whole life, well, from my adult life till now. That's a long time, John. I don't think I've ever seen a fist fight on a plane or this kind of yelling back and forth. I think it's worse for some reason.
Well, the seat room has gotten a lot smaller.
Yeah.
I mean, people are getting angry about that.
Mm-hmm.
The flights are a lot more booked. People are getting angry about that.
Booked, overbooked.
Overbooked. They're getting bumped. People don't have that much vacation. They're in the airport because they want to go somewhere, and they're on a schedule. And when they're booked, they're getting they're overbooked and they're getting bumped. They're getting really angry about that, and I don't blame them.
Do you think it's partly because sometimes I think about what the airlines used to be, right? We used to have food and coach. We used to have more room. Everybody was nicer. It was a fancier experience.
We wore ties.
Yeah, exactly. And then now you have to pay extra just to bring on bags on the carry-ons and all this. Do you think that's kind of adding, the airline's trying to make more money and people are realizing all their things are getting cut back?
Yes, it used to be very elegant to fly, obviously. It's much less elegant now. Everyone's getting squeezed. The fees are going up for everything. Some airlines are charging fees for carry-ons even.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not making anything better as far as people's moods. Again, the schedule. They don't have much vacation. They schedule the flight so that they can get to where they're going exactly on time. And as soon as there's a little bit of delay.
But are we not taking the airlines and their rules as seriously? Because I remember back in the day, I mean, not that far back in the day, but if they said turn your phones off, you turned it off. If the flight attendant was like, you need to do this, okay, yes, ma'am. And now it seems like we're kind of challenging that a little more, saying, I want to leave my seat back a little bit.
Yeah, well, passengers need to follow the rules. I mean, there's blame on both sides, I think.
I agree. A lot of this is, you got to follow the rules.
You can't.
Like the woman who had to pee in the cup. The flight is the plane's getting ready to take off, and she's got to pee, and I know she has a bladder problem and all that. Well, you can't stand up and go to the bathroom when the plane is starting to take off.
So what is she supposed to do?
Well, I guess know that you have a bladder problem maybe and wear protection. I don't know. But should they stop the flight like this? And so...
No, it's a very difficult situation.
And the guy in the back, I know I feel badly for Dr. Dow. But the airline they asked him to get off the plane, and that was legally their right.
But it doesn't excuse how they handled it. I feel like this is your profession.
But that wasn't the airline. Those were the cops that made that decision, weren't they?
True. They did call the cops in. But as far as these other situations, though, these are trained airline professionals. And they should, I mean, they've been trained in how to handle customers in situations like this.
Apparently not. A lot of people, well, I mean, they have, but they don't follow that training. What you see is a classic example of people not following customer service training. The airlines are a customer service business. They need to improve. As we've seen in the past couple of weeks, passenger behavior, I think, also needs to improve. Just because you have a cell phone and you think you're right doesn't give you an excuse to break the law, start a fight.
Yeah, I think these videos embolden people to act out and act like this. But again, I think that I've never seen a fight on an airplane.
I've said this before and I'm going to say it again. I think soon, and I want to see what you think. Do you think it'll come to a point where we'll have cameras on airplanes so that way whenever these situations happen and say, okay, let's pull up the surveillance video from the flight and let's see what actually went down.
I'm shocked that it didn't already exist.
Well, there's cameras on SEPTA buses. I mean, I'm sure that's coming.
Oh, it has to be coming, right? Okay.
I don't know.
Good luck flying.
Yeah, aren't you flying this weekend? You're flying tomorrow.
I'm flying tomorrow, as a matter of fact.
Let us know how that goes.
Coast to coast. But I've been training. I got a black belt now, just so I can fly.
Good for
I'm
you.
just kidding. All right, John.